There we go. Yes. Alright. So sorry everybody. Yeah, it my phone's decided to stop recording. Right after Natsumi was just thanking everybody. Um, and she was saying that her avatar, her model really is provided by the community, and it is all based off of viewers like you. Um, so
Absolutely. So I think I left off on like when people say that my avatar looks really good. I like to thank
mm-hmm.
everybody like PBS Kids style, like thank you, but you should really be thanking the people who donate and support and gift because these are the people that make me the way I am. You know, I can't look this way without my community, and our community is just something so wonderful. And it's something
Yes.
that has so many opportunities in it as well because I didn't think that like, oh, I'd be able to look like the people with all this money for gotcha because I
Mm-hmm.
definitely am a community supported streamer. I'm community funded. But you can, like you absolutely can. If you can ask for and believe in what you want and ask for it, you'd really be surprised at who will be generous and help
Mm-hmm.
you along the
Mm-hmm.
way.
Yeah, no, I love that because I feel like a lot of people do get discouraged when they see some people who have like all of the gotcha and they're like, I just can't afford to do that. And I'm like, well, a lot of
Yes.
people are very, very generous of gifting either coins or tickets and things like that as long as you are producing content that they enjoy. Um, but yes, shout out to our viewers. We really, really do appreciate everything that you do for us. Now, here's the thing I want to know. So you said you have Duolingo and you've been learning Japanese because this is a Japanese app and you
Oh
want
yes,
to connect more with
absolutely.
those people. Yeah, so
Oh, what
tell
was
me
that?
more about tell me more about your experience with learning another language.
It's been so fun. So I started learning Japanese or just kind of being interested in Japanese language and culture when I was in high school. I was busy learning all kinds of other things, so I didn't make it a priority. And now that I'm out of school, I have all of the time in the world to learn. So
Hmm.
I like to spend at least 15 minutes a day learning Japanese. It's
Okay,
not a
okay.
lot, and I'm definitely not moving as fast as somebody who's actually in a course or taking an education in school, but it's been really fun. I've learned the first alphabet of Japanese, which is hiragana,
Yay!
and I am on my way
Yay!
learning katakana now. I'm almost done with the dakuon, and it's been really fun. Um, it's like going through school again. It's like I feel like a kindergartner again. Like I'm just learning the ABCs and one, two, threes.
Hey, everybody's got to start
It's so
somewhere.
fun.
Everybody's got to start. So do you intend on incorporating Japanese in your streaming?
Absolutely. When I first downloaded Reality, now I've been using Reality to improve my life and the lives of others for about 2.5 years now. We're going to be
Okay.
going on our third year. And when I first downloaded the app, there was no different servers. So it was just the Japanese, just the server.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I was on the Japanese server when I first started. Several days after I started, they initiated different servers, and I got added to the United States server.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I first started, all I was seeing were Japanese streams, you know, and Japanese
Okay.
speaking
Okay.
people. And even though there was a huge language block, I was using it to help me get back into language learning. I was going into streams to hear what an actual Japanese person sounds like having a conversation, you know, because you can do all this listening practice and stuff, but people say that culture shock really hits you when you go to try to have a
Mm-hmm.
conversation with someone in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the closest thing I could get. It was during the pandemic when I downloaded Reality, and it was just really super cool to be somewhere else other than in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I really am super grateful for that. I am looking forward to not only using reality streamers and Japanese streamers to help me with my Japanese stream language speaking, but also maybe helping other people to go through the same kind of journey that I have, or take some of the very first steps and get them back into it.
Yay!
Because
Yay!
I've learned a lot on my own, and I know a lot of people who have taught themselves even more on their own, you know,
Mm.
or with like a small amount of help from their friends or teachers. But for the most part, like it is something that you can learn on your own, and it's something that I've been teaching myself. It's been really, really entertaining.
I am
Honestly,
so
it
proud of
makes my
you.
brain. Go burr.
No, I am so proud of you.
Yes.
I am so proud of you. Now, the question is, would you want to make learning Japanese as like a content? Would you want to do that type of content of where you share your tips and tricks of how you've been studying with your stream? Oh no. Okay. Stop,
My
phone.
area, I don't feel confident. I'm still just kind of like at the place where like if a Japanese streamer comes in or a Japanese person or even just someone who can understand Japanese, I'm I'm practicing with them. And like
Okay,
I
okay.
spelled I just got a Japanese keyboard on my phone and I'm trying to learn how to type.
Hey! Hey!
And I typed uh Ohio to someone and just literally
Ohio!
didn't even spell it right. It's like it's like three syllables. With I just remember the person like, oh, Ohio. It was
Hey,
not spelled
hey, you're
correctly at all. So I'm
trying.
not confident in my learning yet. But it is something that like I am really grateful for because like I have the opportunity to learn and be in this uncomfortable place of like
Mm.
does not know ABCs, does not know a one, two, threes, but still knows how to say hello, how are you? You know, I can be
Mm-hmm.
in a place where I feel a little uncomfortable, but I feel like that's because I'm out of my comfort zone, you know. So
Yeah.
I hope to
Yeah.
get further out of my comfort zone. Maybe get a little more comfortable before I do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you know, that's my goal is to kind of get comfortable and then move out of my comfort zone, get comfortable again, move out of my comfort zone, so that I can kind of get to a place where like I feel comfortable talking about it. I feel comfortable helping other people with it. You know, I'm definitely still in like the first
The
first
first
book. I'm not
phase.
definitely not in the second book or second year. I'm still
Okay,
learning
okay.
basics.
No, but still, that is, I, again, as I said before, I am so proud of you. That is so amazing. And I wish you the best of luck with continuing learning. I'm a lifelong learner. It's something I believe in. And I love hearing when people are like, oh, yeah, I want to learn this. But so do you ever visit the Japanese server then? Because with reality, you can go back and forth between servers.
I never changed servers. I've
Okay.
never changed servers since they put me in the USA one. I've never changed servers. I'm still kind of like, I don't know. I know they changed it, but I'm still kind of in that place where like I remember where if you change servers, your rank got reset. I remember that, and I
Oh.
just can't shake the feeling of like I can't change servers. My rank, it's null now. But yeah, you used to get your rank reset if you change servers. So what I do is it's a little labor intensive, but I will scroll through all of the content in the trending page to get to the Japanese content.
You're like, I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you.
To get to the server I want.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, that's some dedication there. That's some dedication. All right, so you have been on here for almost 3 years now. You're working on year three. Um,
Yes,
have you ever taken a hiatus?
yes, I have. I find that even though it's kind of taboo, it's kind of taboo to take a hiatus. Taking a break is such an important part of your self care journey. And like I said, I realized that my reason for being on reality is not only to improve my life, but to improve the lives of others.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I will never be able to make anyone feel any better than I do. You
Okay,
know,
okay.
so if I feel crappy or run down, you know, it's not like I'm going to be able to make anyone feel any better.
Mm,
So I try to keep that into perspective and remember that, you know, my well-being is so important. So I try to like take inventory, you know, emotional inventory of where I'm at. If I'm feeling run down, if I'm feeling, you know, like I'm in artist block or
mm, mm.
writer's block or, you know, just creative block, just to take a break and to set it down and to come back to it. I think I took my very first break. I was like, I feel like um, it was in the winter after I started
Okay,
in
okay.
like October. It was like in the winter of my first year, and I was just like very much disillusioned by reality, and like the illusion broke, and I was very upset about it. I didn't
Mm-hmm,
know if
mm-hmm.
I'd come back, and I'm really glad that I did. It was like one of the best decisions I've ever made was to keep going in the face of maybe things that I didn't agree with or things that didn't sit
Mm-mm.
right with me, because I valued making my life better and making other people's lives better. I had to put that above, other things. So I came back and realized that, I needed that break and I was better when I came back. And after that, I incorporated breaks and routine check-ins because I was
Okay.
like, no, streamers should not be working until they break down.
Mm-hmm.
We need to keep ourselves
Mm-hmm.
steady, and consistency is key. You know, it's so important.
I love that. I love that because a lot of streamers don't learn that until after they have had the big melt, after they have had the big breakdown where they just can't keep up with their schedule. Um, so what makes you stay?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had mentioned that you were very glad that you came back. What makes you stay here?
I can't imagine not. I can't imagine not. So I've thought about, like I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok.
Yep.
I've thought about streaming other places, but it never really goes into my brain to like leave reality when I go to these places. Like I stay on reality because one, I'm super excited about what they roll out all the time. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
seeing their
Mm-hmm.
updates and how they adapt their community to their users and their changing platform, and just how people adapt and adjust the app is to match their customers' needs is just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so cool to me. So I'm always watching them. But also,
Shout
it's
out to the
the
team.
people for me.
Yeah,
I
it's the
know, right?
people, right?
Absolutely. Thank you. It's Thomas's birthday today. Happy birthday,
It
Thomas.
yes,
Happy
it is
birthday,
Thomas's
Thomas.
birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, community manager Thomas.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, we're so happy for you.
Anyways, um, right. It's the people. It's the energy. Um. I think of like if you would have told me 5 years ago. Oh, hold on. There we go. If you would have told me like 5 years ago that I would be in network with other artists, musicians, and visionary individuals, people who have plans and goals for their futures, powerful manifestors, powerful speakers, and powerful stage presences, actors and voice actors. If you had told me that I was going to be in contact with people like this and in network with them and even like seeing what they're doing and
Mm-hmm.
able to almost like borrow benefits from them, I would not believe you. I would be like, no, there's nothing except my hometown.
Well,
So it's
you
the
know, I get
community.
that.
It's the community. It's the people.
I
It's the
I
the
don't think I've
network
ever thought
of
of it that
other
way.
aspiring creators who are
Mm-hmm.
doing their best, and like like I talked about borrowing benefits. Like if you're in it all by yourself, um, you're not going to have the benefit of seeing what other people do or being
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
inspired by them, or maybe somebody lights a fire under your butt and you just get going. There's so many things about the community and the people, and honestly, just like something I've noticed is like the longer I stay, the more my audience changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like people come
Mm-hmm.
and go, and I just love thinking about like when I open up my doors to stream, who's gonna walk in.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes me stay. I think about that all the time. I think about the amazing people that stop by and click on my stream, and I think of like walk through those doors. Like who's gonna walk in. That you guys are amazing, and every time that someone new pops in, I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
this is the new coolest thing. So that's always so super exciting. That's super exciting. And I mean, maybe you could do that on other social media platforms, but it
Mm-hmm.
just also makes me really happy to see everybody in their little anime form, in their best, in their best little animated self. It just is so
Mm.
it's invigorating. It's fresh and new. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. You covered a lot in that in your answer, which I'm really grateful for because then that makes me like think of more questions to ask you. Um, and
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has really broken down to the community in the fact that we do have more people who are than just streamers. We have the creators, we have the artists, we have the manifestors, we have the VAs, and that reality is actually a community buildup of all of these other communities. So if you are more of a creative person, there is definitely an area for you. If you want to pursue maybe VA work, there are people who do workshops. If you want to learn more about art, there are people who do that. Like reality really is a place of trading skills, and um, it's just one of those
Mm-hmm.
things where I think you're the first one in the interview series that has really talked about that the community, like everyone is like, oh, we love the community, but you actually really highlighted the fact that the community is such a diverse place, and you will meet so many different
I
people.
love this community. I love this community with my whole heart, and I can't believe that I am in contact with such cool and amazing people, like people who are literally, you can see them every day making a difference in the
Mm-hmm.
world of themselves and others, and that's my goal, you know? So I can't think of a better place to be.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, and then you did mention that you liked about all the different features that they're always rolling out and things like that. So we did just have two new updates within the last 2 days. We had the UI update, and then we also had
Yes, we
the
did.
Reality Room update. Have you used the features yet?
Yes.
All right, give me your
I have
opinions.
not actually. Oh wait, the UI, so it's the UI and the room, right?
Yep, yep.
So I definitely streamed on the new streaming platform, and there are things that I really like about it and things that I really don't like about it.
Okay,
So
okay.
one of the things that I really like about it is that it's almost like sleeker, and it
Mm-hmm.
puts the focus more on your character.
Yes.
The comments are kind of secondary. What I don't like is that now the comments are hard to read, and it
Yeah.
takes more energy from my eyes to read it.
I'm
And
blind.
so that
So.
that's the one thing that I would say is like I wish that it was a little easier to read. But I did end up in the room with my partner, Resigned Brute, who he does 18 plus streams for adults
Mm-hmm.
only and enjoys doing kinds of like streams on YouTube, and just kind of hanging out and socializing, just chatting streams kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was in one of his streams and he did sample the room and I went into the room and he was laying on the bed. I was like, uh-oh, can I get up on that bed too? And I got up on the bed and it does much. You can just jump on the bed.
You can
And
just
I
jump
jumped
on
on the
it.
bed with him. It was fun. We had a good time. So I haven't actually streamed in my own room. That's my
Okay.
plan to do this afternoon. I really want to see what it's like and go through the missions for the room and everything. But I am really glad that one, they gave us a room. I think it's really
Mm-hmm.
awesome. This is something that I asked for. So I'm the only other game that I ever played with a gacha was Sanrio Sweet Days, and I
Okay,
love
I
Hello
know
Kitty.
that.
I am the
Yes,
local
yes,
Hello
yes, yes,
Kitty
yes, yes,
girl.
yes.
No. Yeah, I'm the local Hello Kitty girl, and I love Sanrio Sweet Days. And it's kind of like they give you a little room, and
Mm-hmm.
you design it, and then you design an outfit, and you can go see other people's rooms and outfits. And I thought
Mm-hmm.
like that
Mm-hmm.
was just such another cool way to show people's personal style and flair. You know, it gives a whole other dimension to what this person's tastes are like.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
like that. You can kind of get to know people a little bit better by seeing their style and room decor as well. So I actually asked for this a couple times in the opinion reviews and stuff. So I'm really excited that they came out with this feature, and I'm really excited to try it. And like
I
more
love the
missions. That's so
rooms.
cool. I love the
Yes,
missions.
yes. I love the fact they gave us mission
Yeah,
for it, and you
missions.
can get some new room decor from the missions as well as a gotcha ticket and some coins. So that's always nice.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I really have been enjoying the rooms. I've done about 2 hours worth of streaming today in the rooms. I think it's a phenomenal
So
feature, and I
have
cannot
I.
wait to see what else rolls out. Um, so you've talked about being on other platforms. I've seen you on other platforms. Um, how do you think being a streamer on other platforms have helped you on reality or vice versa?
Um, I think that being honestly being into J fashion is
Mm-hmm.
really what I feel like gave me the strength that I have in reality. Because before I was into VTubing, and before the pandemic hit, I was hosting an in-person J fashion community, and I'd host meetups,
Ooh.
and every
Ooh.
single month, and sometimes every week, I'd have to coordinate a real life outfit and
Mm-hmm,
show
mm-hmm.
up as a moderator to these meetups and make sure that everything's okay in person, and make sure that it's executed smoothly and everything. So I was very, very good at matching and making little coordinates and things that look appealing, because I
Mm-hmm,
did
mm-hmm.
it every single week. Like I feel like I have, and I left. It's funny because now I don't even feel like I have a need for those clothes. I have no need for that. I have reality. I left my entire J fashion wardrobe at my parents' house when I moved out. But that, like, when I was like when I was a content creator in J fashion
Mm-hmm.
before I came to reality, I think that really gave me the strength in doing what I do on reality. And then when I came to reality, um, kind of like having those skills in my back pocket was really
Mm-hmm.
helpful when I got to making an avatar. And then when I kind of learned, reality definitely made me learn what people are like when they're not held physically accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Because in real life, people, if they make a misstep, they're held physically accountable. They're in real life, they're at a real event. In
Mm-hmm.
reality, they're anonymous and they're not held physically accountable. So I was able to learn kind of the way that people acted when they weren't right in your face. So that
Mm-hmm.
gave me a lot of the skills that I then took onto other social media platforms like TikTok was big for me. I didn't expect to move on to TikTok. And I still don't even have my comments open on YouTube because I'm so scared of like constructive criticism or trolls or people acting as
No,
they
no, no, no,
acting
no, no, no,
out
no,
as
no,
they say.
no.
So it's I still feel like I'm learning in that regard, but
Mm-hmm.
right, because people are definitely different behind a computer than they are in real life events, and sometimes they even get wild in real life events too. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been definitely a journey, like kind of like learning and like cracking of the eggshell, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
into creating content on multi platforms, and having multiple different streams of content creation always.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think that reality helped me in that regard, but I don't think I would have been able to do all the things that I've done without having my experience on Instagram as a content creator beforehand.
All right, all right. So, do you think having external social medias help you as a streamer? Like, do you think it's actually helping you? Do you think it hinders you as a creator? Or like, would it be better if you just kept it all in
Oh
one
my gosh, no, it
area?
helps so much. Um, Right, absolutely. No, I think that having external social media is so important because not only does it give you different modalities to interact with your community
Mm-hmm.
in, but it also gives you different ways to express yourself. And like I said, everything I do is like the things that I might not feel comfortable doing in my physical body, I channel into Natsume. So it gives
Mm-hmm.
me more places to channel those things that I want to do. And it definitely helps a lot. I love having my Discord server, the Hedgies Kingdom, is so super sweet. It's a place where I can kind of keep track and keep notice of everything that's going on, everything we've done, all the accomplishments, and how far we've came. So it's also a really nice way to interact with other people and just kind of like I'd say as a streamer, it's very valuable to create a list of individuals who are interested in you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
having like a list or like an email list, to email or like a Discord list to say, hey, it's time to stream. That is
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
so crucial to a streamer, to be able to just say, hey, come here. And people come here. That's
Come
really
here,
important.
everybody.
And I think that one of the biggest things I hear when people are starting out or I talk to newbies is they're like, I started to stream and no one came.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everyone knows that feeling. And I don't think any big streamer will ever judge someone like who doesn't have people coming to their streams because we've all been there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But creating that list of people and interacting with them and creating a community with them and really, trying to find ways to make their lives better is a
Yeah.
huge part of what I
Yeah.
do. So I think that external social media is important because that's how you really, really create more bonds and more connections.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. So you had mentioned that you use Discord to like do a shout to everybody. Do you have a set schedule for content?
Right.
Like you stream every day at this time, post every
Absolutely
day.
not. No, I do not. That's one of the things that I like about the event sub is that it really holds me accountable to be like, I'm gonna be here at this time because I'm a streamer with no schedule. One of the things that I love about reality is that we set our own schedules or we don't. For me, I'm an impulsive person. Impulsivity is huge in my life. So I want to be able to just start a stream on an impulse and just say, hey
Mm-hmm.
guys,
Mm-hmm.
it's time. And whoever can make it, can make it. I'd ideally like to have a stream schedule, but at the same time, I have it's just nerve-wracking for
Mm-hmm,
me. Like
mm-hmm.
maybe some people find joy and peace in their schedule, but it's nerve-wracking for me. And my whole purpose of being on this app is to create a nice time for me and for everyone else. And nerve-wracking is just not a nice time. So we do what feels right in this house, and um, for me, it just feels right to just start whenever I start. And
Okay, okay.
sometimes it is very routine. Like it just happens to be like I start at this time or this time. Like
Mm-hmm,
sometimes
mm-hmm.
I do morning streams, um, but sometimes I get into routines where I'm doing evening streams. But I think it is important to um, be in a place like an external social media where you can get pinged and say, "Hey, it's
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
time," or have the notifications turned on so that it's like, "Hey, it's time," or just catch me by accident, like a lot of people do.
So with the free spirit schedule, do you so like I know I'm a set schedule streamer. I stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard every
Right.
day and I stream for like the same duration of time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stream for the same duration even though you don't have a
Right.
set schedule or are you just it goes where it goes?
So I know when I do sleep streams, it will be a 12-hour stream.
Okay.
I There's something really fun about like starting. I like to start the stream when I go to sleep,
Uh-huh.
and then I use that to gauge how long I slept. When I wake up in the morning, I will then do uptime and check how long I slept that night. And then from there, I can judge, like, okay, maybe I slept for 6 hours, so I've got a few hours to work before the stream shuts off.
Mm-hmm,
Or
mm-hmm.
there's like this liminal space, or maybe I slept for 10 hours and there's only
Oh.
2 hours. That amazing. That would be amazing. You know, um,
Oh.
and that kind of helps me to figure out. But I love that like liminal moment of like when the stream just automatically ends, and I'm just like,
Okay.
I don't know when it's gonna end. It's just gonna boop, and then it
No,
does.
that
I love
scares me.
that when
It
it's
scares
kind
me
of
when
like,
it does
I will
that.
go. There's something really like it's almost like an uncanny valley, like when the stream's gonna end, and you almost feel like it's as if the stream is passing away, and we're all prematurely mourning for it.
Yeah.
Like
I always
Cam likes
relate
to
it
run
to
under
New
the cherry
Year's.
tree in Sakura World and sit for his last few moments in the stream.
And then the apocalypse comes and you're gone. You just whoosh, vanish into
I just
dust.
love it. So I like to do 12-hour streams at night. And during the day, I definitely just feel it out. I feel like intuition is a big part of what I do in my visionary
Mm-mm.
work. So always checking in with my intuition and saying, is this good? Am I still good? Do I want to stop? What do I need? And just really honoring myself and my body's limits.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I'm very much like I just feel it out. Because some days I have so many spoons. I'm a spoonie. If you know, you
Mm.
know. I have so many spoons some days, and then other days I have like two. What's right and be authentic with myself, because I am somebody who is consistency based. I'm a daily streamer, and
Mm-mm.
I've been here for a while, and I plan to stay here even longer. So
Eh.
consistency, being authentic and true to yourself and your body is just so important.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
so important for me.
So we've talked a lot about you doing the mystics, like tarot and crystal reading, crystal ball reading, because crystals can be used in other things. Um,
Yes.
so how does your personal culture affect how you stream? So it could be something like the mystics and the free flowing, but does anything else, like maybe the generation you're from, affect your streaming? Does the social class, the ethnic background, does that affect your streaming at all?
Absolutely. So I was brought up I was brought up Christian and
Mm-hmm.
in an all white family in a 99% white borough, and growing up I was very sheltered,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and when I went to public school it was again like 98% white. It was a very homogenous culture,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and I wanted more. I wanted more from life than just one shade.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I like I wanted to go to a different school, and they kind of were able to get me into an arts magnet school in high school. So I
Ooh.
went to an arts magnet school in inner city, and I interacted with so many different kinds of people. Like I
Mm-hmm,
was
mm-hmm.
literally the only white person in my class.
Oh
And it
wow.
made me realize that like kind of like that homogenous white culture was really dangerous,
Mm,
and there was a reason why I wanted out of it, you know? So I think that like growing up white really affected how I see diversity, you
mm,
know, how I
mm,
feel about welcoming everybody, how I feel about um equity and reparations and Black Lives Matter. You know, I'm
mm, mm,
very, very strong on diversity and representation, and I'm constantly learning. You know, I'm constantly learning and growing in that regard, but it's definitely affected how I stream. You know, I want to make sure that every single person is welcome, regardless of their skin color, where
mm,
they're
mm,
from, what religion they practice, you know. Um, I don't like when I'm in a homogenous space. I want us all to be different and all of us to shine
mm,
our beautiful colors. You know, whatever color you may be, whatever light you may shine, if any at all. I just think it's really beautiful. So, yeah, definitely like my culture coming from like a really homogenous white place affected me, and then kind of seeing the outside of that by going to a public school in
mm.
inner city was like really harrowing and wide, like eye opening for me, and it inspires my work into anti-racism like every single day. It inspires my work into LGBTQ awareness every single day. So yeah, it definitely deeply, deeply affects how I stream and how I interact with other people, for sure.
Again, I am so proud of you, Natsume. And like so proud. I am so glad that I know you and I was able to like sit down with this interview. Um I'm flustered now. So we're skipping to the down and dirty, the event scene. I've seen you on the grind. I've seen you on the move on the
Yeah.
event land. So what? Well, one, why do you do events? Like, what type of events appeal to you? And two, do you have any advice for people who want to get into the event scene?
Right. So I do events, one, because they're just a really fun way to encourage interaction. You
Mm-hmm,
know,
mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not even about winning for me. Sometimes it is. Like I entered the In It to Win It event for the first time, and I was like, I'm not entering this unless I'm in it to win it, and we win it. Like, you know, sometimes it's not the winning. But for the most part, like I only did that once. Like for the most part, it is like mostly just about like how can we, you know, um, more interaction. You know, how many more ways can people access me? You know, they can
Mm-hmm,
access me
mm-hmm,
through my TikTok, through my Discord, through my reality, and the event page.
mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
and they can click on me through the event page. So I think that that's really important and really underrated. That just by being on the event page, you get more exposure and you can meet new people that way. So I really like being on the event page and just like having my face there, even if it's not in the top. I don't really care. Um, you know, like getting a wallpaper is kind of cool, and it's also a really cool way to like goal set. You know, it's
Mm-hmm,
helped me a
mm-hmm.
lot with my confidence because when I entered the sticker event, I kind of had this idea to be like, you know, let's just like if I there's a question card, right,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
it says if you could say something to the entire world, what would you tell them? And I
Yee.
thought about it, and I was like, I would want them to know that they can do anything that's in their heart.
Oh,
So
you're so
that
kind.
inspired the You Can sticker. I started
I
with the
don't
You
do the
Can
nice
sticker.
one. I'm like, look out behind you. That's what I say.
Right, right,
But no, I
right.
love
But like
that.
when I entered, it kind of like, right, I had to like question, like, can I even do this? And then the sticker with You Can like clearly changed my ideas of like, you know, I can't really do this. I couldn't, people wouldn't, you know, all of these thoughts that kind of hold us
Mm-hmm,
back and
mm-hmm.
hinder us. You know, I've been able to work through by going through events and kind of consistently proving to myself and consistently proving myself wrong. You know, saying, you know, that inner critic doesn't know what you're capable of. You know,
Mm-hmm,
it doesn't
mm-hmm.
know what you're capable of with your community together, you know, because together our bonds are unbreakable. So I think that just proving that over and over again through the events is really important. And if you are sitting here struggling with your belief that you could potentially achieve something or reach your goals, getting into an event is a really great way to get to that place where you're actually reaching your goals. I've been in events where I didn't do well, and I'm able to ask myself, what was that
What can I?
person first doing that I wasn't?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And work my way up to what is that first place, why, and learn from this awesome community of people. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's an amazing opportunity to not only learn about other people, learn about yourself, but also improve and reach your goals.
All right. All right. So then my next question is, what is there something on reality that you would like to try but you haven't yet?
Oh, I haven't gone into the creator fair yet.
Mm. Mm.
The creator fair world. I
Okay.
didn't even know what the creator fair was. I wanna
Oh.
apply for creator fair.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
So
wanna
Creator
do
Fair is
creator fair. I
something.
didn't even know
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
existed.
Yeah, so Creator Fair happens every anniversary. They have the Creator Fair, and they are starting. They are planning on making it a continuous thing throughout. Like it's not going to be like a back to back to back thing, but they are planning on introducing more Creator Fairs throughout the year. So you submit a design to Reality, and you tell them like what type of item you want to have sold in the store, in the Avatar store as an item. Um, and then I believe it's 25 people, 25 artists get selected to have their items sold, and then the artists, get a 30% commission off of every item that is sold. So if your community buys something,
Oh
they
my
buy your
god.
sticker, you get points back as an artist. So they are trying to give us some way to support our artists on the reality. And then right now they also
That's
have the Creator
amazing.
Fair World. It's very similar to the metaverse. So I was part of the metaverse. A lot of people, it was like 6.5 million, I think, was the number for the metaverse. So I'm expecting like the Creators Expo is just as high when the fair is done running. But so every creator that's in the Creator Fair has their own booth, which allows you to get introduced to the streamer and like their art, and like they can write a little blurb, they can make posters, they can make animated videos and things like that. So everything inside the creator fair was designed by the creators that are selling their items in the Avatar store.
I want to do that.
Okay.
That is what I want to do. That is what I have not yet done. That would be like literally a dream come true. I guess I don't know. I guess I missed the announcement where they said like I
Yeah,
didn't catch the
so
memo when they
it's
had you apply, and then when they announced it, I was just like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. Like this is exactly what I want. Yes,
mm-hmm.
yes, let's do this more. So yeah, that's
Yes.
what I want to do. The creator fair is amazing, and I just love the efforts that they're going to promote and reach out into their community to bring up streamers with them. That's really super cool, and it
Yes,
kind
yes,
of
yes, yes,
gives you
yes.
an idea of who's on the platform, out there using it
Mm-hmm.
to their best ability. Because there is a lot of content to filter through to get to the content that you want to see. So I like
Mm-hmm.
that reality is having opportunities to highlight places where you might not have noticed before. So I like
Mm-hmm.
that a lot. It's
I
really
I love
cool.
it. So I know the way I learned about the Creators Fair was on the Twitter. I am a massive reality Twitter follower. I follow everything from
I
the reality
see.
accounts. So that's how I know about it. There was something in the notices, but it was very like it was hard to find in the notice because like a whole bunch of different notices had come in at the
I
same
see.
time. But yeah, so if anything like that, I would suggest watching out on their Twitter for the post. Because it is one of the Twitter events. So, also, do you
I
know about
see.
the
I
events that
see. Well,
happen
well,
offside the
word to the
platform?
wise. I don't have a Twitter, and I feel like that's maybe why I haven't received the memo. Definitely, I don't use Twitter just kind of out of personal reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Because and maybe this is just my own personal thing, but like LGBTQ is huge in my family. We
Okay.
are so pro trans as we can be, and I
Mm-mm.
have not like I had a Twitter, and then like I don't know, I stopped using it, and then I saw Elon Musk bought it, and I just don't associate myself with anything he does. I
Mm.
don't like it. I don't like the way that he treats his family. I don't like the way that he treats the world. So I try to like make sure that like as I check in with myself, I'm not just blowing hot air. What can I do with
Mm-hmm,
my
mm-hmm.
actions, to not associate with myself with that. So that's one of
Yeah,
the things I
yeah.
don't do. I don't use Twitter. I don't drive a Tesla.
You're like, I'm not
uh,
having anything to do with this man.
I'm not going on the SpaceX. No.
I also know they had posted about it in the big community Discord. So I don't know if you're a member of the community
Yes.
Discord. Yeah, so it's in there. Um,
The reality official Discord, which you, if you're not
yes,
yet joined, you should join
you
the
should
reality official
definitely.
Discord. They're always doing really good job in there. Oh my
Mm,
god,
they are
everybody
doing
is
fantastic.
amazing. Like the mods of the server, they do their very best, and it is just
Mm.
so. Can we just take a second to like talk about how well they run that server?
Oh,
Like,
of
oh my gosh,
course.
they do
Of
such a
course, we
good
can
job.
talk about the reality server and the people who run it. So, the
It's like
reality
my
server
favorite
is
server.
so well done. They are so responsive, the moderation. So, there are like veteran users of reality that have the role of veteran user, and they help the actual reality team filter out questions and direct people in the correct locations. And it is just a really great blend of company and community. And it is beautiful. I am so proud of them and how they are able to maintain it and the engagement
Right.
because they have several different languages on the Discord in several different areas. And then they also have it where everything is put into your own personal time zone. And it's just, I, Reality is a company I am very, very impressed by. I will say that. Um,
Right.
make it easier so I can buy stock. It's really a pain to go through
Absolutely.
the Japanese market. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I spend enough money on the gotcha. Let me buy some stocks. Um, but yeah, no. Shout out to the
Yes,
team.
no,
Just
they're
not the
they're
Discord
really
team,
always
community team, the
oh, go ahead.
art team, all of the teams. I love all of the people at Reality.
Right, they really are doing such a good job. I see it every day, and their efforts to like build the community and strengthen the community and listen to us is really so magical, and I just like I'm always blown away by it. So that's like again hitting on like one why I stay, and
Mm-hmm.
two, we are talking about the community. Like there's no better place to experience that amazing community than on the Reality Official Discord. Straight up, like it's
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
great.
Again, like we obviously we wouldn't be here talking about them for as long as we have if we really didn't support everything that the platform is, you know. Um, so I think that's almost.
Is that
Oh,
everything?
I think so. Oh, is this your first account? Is this your first reality account?
This is my first account.
Okay. Have you ever again this is gonna you can pass on this question if you want to. Um, have you ever had an alternative account? Now, I know some big streamers, before the moderation feature happened, they would have two devices and they'd have one for their stream and then the other one would watch their chat, just like when you are on like Twitch or YouTube, where you have like double monitors, right? So that makes it easier for streaming, especially because we didn't have a moderation feature.
Right, absolutely. Yes, I do have an alternate account. So it's not in any way associated or linked to Natsume.
Uh huh.
My alternate account I use kind of one, I use it to get the stream titles for my TikToks because when I see that kind of stuff, and when I see anything that makes me feel like I have to report it, I block
Mm-hmm.
it. Like I
Okay.
don't
Okay.
care. The person's probably cool. If I feel like I have to write a report, I do not want to have to write another one, so I block it instantly. So I use like I don't see a lot of that stuff. So on my
Mm-hmm.
alternate account, I use it to see
The cringy
other
titles.
people's stream titles. I use it to see like maybe what my stream title looks like in the box
Okay.
because I noticed like something that I used to do before I used multiple streaming devices at once. Like I've got 3 phones that I use to stream with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before I started using multiple streaming devices, I'd type a title and then I'd go like halfway through my stream before someone says, "Hey, your title doesn't fit in the box."
Yeah. Yeah. That is
And I go, was I
something.
streaming
Yeah.
the whole time with my title like that? So I always like to check on my alternate account, what does that title look like?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, what does it look like? Does it fit in the box? Does it look okay? Would I click on that? So I
Yeah.
definitely use my alternate account for that reason. Um, and it's been pretty nice. I don't know. It's not really something that I stream on or anything
Mm-hmm.
at all, though.
But yeah, you just use it for like more of like a moderation, more of checking, not really like doing
Right, kind of like
anything
to
on it.
double check myself, to like
Mm-hmm.
double check myself, or like to use it to like I don't know, just like see reality unfiltered,
Yeah, not tailored to you because reality does that. They do.
which I can't always handle.
But no, reality has a really
Right,
great
like sometimes
algorithm
they
of
know that though.
finding new
Right, though.
content that you will enjoy. So it is one of those. Sometimes it is nice to look at an alt account and see what's outside of your bubble. Um, and then I did bring up the moderation feature.
Right.
So do you like the moderation feature? Do you use it? Um, what's your opinion on it?
I love the moderation feature. Like, this goes out to every single one of my moderators in stream. Thank you for keeping our space safe and healthy for everybody. Thank you for looking out for the chat. Thank you for looking out for me. Um, I know yesterday we had our second successful event club stream. It
Whoop,
was
whoop, whoop,
so
whoop,
fun.
whoop.
My mods were on it. Every single one of them, like, were just like blessed. We were having chat issues because of the UI
Yep, the new
update,
feature.
and people were fighting, and they were just so calm and collected and gentle and reminding. Sometimes they block comments out, but I feel like in a way, like, they do it out of care and love because they don't
Mm-hmm.
want other people to be hurt. And I just, like, I'm always blown away by the amount of care and um precision that my mods have. So, like, before, like, a streamer would take a lot of abuse just to be up on
Yeah.
on stream.
Yep.
And now I don't even see it. Like, my
Oh
mods
yeah,
will
there are
delete it
times I
before I
don't even
even
see it
see
before I
it.
see it. Yeah. Like some of the mods are crazy fast,
Right.
which I
It
really
it
appreciate.
lowers the amount of spoons it takes for me to stream.
Mm-hmm.
It lowers the amount of harassment that I receive, and my mods are great, so they can, like, we have enough that, like, they can take a break when they need, and there's going to be
Mm-hmm.
enough that they'll take care of it for them. So they're also just like a really important part of the community. Like, I feel like they're like, what are they, like, they're like